Honestly, the way I'm shouting, guys, I am so excited and relieved that I could actually make it for this YouTube live. Honestly, I was just checking my time, checking my clock. Like, it was 1 p.m., it was 2 p.m., and then I'm like, oh my God, I really need to sleep. I've been going through insomnia. I've been having crazy insomnia this past week. Not just this past week, but for the past 3 weeks now. I found it really, really difficult to sleep. And today I had a truckload of house chores to do. I had to wash my duvet, that bloody monster duvet. Like, that thing is so heavy. And then by the time I was done, see my eyes, I was so exhausted, super, super exhausted. I was just asking myself, Kai, Glory, do you really want to go on YouTube live by 3 p.m.? So I wanted to sleep. I was super exhausted, but then I just reminded myself that, hey, you have started this thing, you definitely need to commit to it. And so, guys, I am super excited that I have committed to this YouTube live, and I just want to thank you guys so much for always coming out every Saturday to join me on this live. Remember, I've told you guys that on this channel I do my YouTube live streams on Saturdays by 3 p.m. because I want to use the opportunity to catch up with you guys one-on-one. You know, it's one thing as a YouTuber to put out videos and wait for people to comment, you know, on those videos, and it's another thing for you to also be seen live and direct, not pre-recorded, okay, but being seen live and direct, and then people have the opportunity to type their messages, chat you up, and then you can reply them immediately as they are chatting you up. So that said, I have done that introduction. I still haven't seen anybody yet joining the live. Did you guys actually forget? Come on. It's actually past 3 p.m. already. So I'm just gonna wait for like no, 1 minute. 2 minutes, it's a lot. So I'm just gonna wait for like 1 minute for you guys to join me on my YouTube live, and then we'll continue. Yes. As usual, I have my bottled water here, so I need to water down my throat first of all before I continue. A lot of you might wonder why this girl likes drinking water from the bottles. Guys, trust me, I'm not a cup person. So I'm not one of those people that will carry bottle of water and then carry cup and then pour the water and drink. No, for me, that's too bougie. Yeah, when I go out, of course I use the glass, but inside my house I definitely just drink directly from the bottle because, hey, I'm the only person here, I'm the only person that drinks from the bottle, so no qualms about that. For those of you that are just joining us, thank you so much for coming on my YouTube live stream. You are absolutely welcome. Today's topic is about being single and living alone, the lies nobody tells you. Guys, I'm super, super exhausted. I am burnt out, and I just want to come and rant on this live stream today. So I'm actually waiting for more people to come online. I'm waiting for like more people, so let's just wait for like another 30 seconds. Remember I said let's wait for 1 minute, so I guess 30 seconds is gone already. So let's just wait for another 30 seconds, and then I'll start my rant. Guys, honestly, I am exhausted, I am tired, I am burnt out. I'm just tired. So 10 seconds gone, 20 more seconds, and then we're going to start this conversation. Please, I need you guys to actually really, really open up. See, the essence of me doing this Saturday YouTube live stream is for us to be very, very open with each other, okay? Hi, Miracle Chinyere. Hola. Mwah. You're welcome to my YouTube live. So let's try to be as open as possible, okay? Let's be very, very open with each other. Let's rub minds. I guess 20 seconds is gone, so 10 more seconds to wait for more people to join us, and then I will start my rant. Yes, I'll start my rant. If you're just joining my YouTube live, you're absolutely welcome. Dukpe Omiwade, hi, you're welcome to Frankly Speaking with Glory's YouTube live. Okay, no longer waiting for anybody. Let's just go ahead with the gist. Vibe Dami, hello, hello. How are you? Honestly, guys, you're actually welcome. I am super excited to be doing this with you guys today. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I am spent. I am burnt out. Oh, Dupe, thank you so much. My head is being very big right now. Dupe says you're always exceptional. Thank you so much, Dupe. So, Dupe and the rest of you guys, Miracle Chinyere, Vibe Dami. What I want to talk about today is being single and living alone. Now, um, what I didn't really understand, when I was planning on living alone, I didn't understand that it's not going to be that easy to live alone. Yeah. So, I remember when the first time I packed my stuff and I moved out of my folks' house and I went to live with my friend. Hi, Banjo Temidayo. Hola, hola. You're welcome to the YouTube live. Okay, so Banjo, I'm talking about being single and living alone. So let me start again. I feel like I keep on starting from the beginning. So let me just start and just flow like that. So I remember back then when I was planning on moving out of my parents' house to live alone, my friend had rented an apartment, so she couldn't live alone. So she wanted me to come and live with her. So I packed a few things, and my mom and my dad were like, "No, you cannot go and live alone. You won't be able to cope. You don't understand how it is." I was like, "No, I'm 28 years old. I'm old enough to make decisions for myself." Yeah, yeah, yeah. My mouth was just sharping up and down. I was doing as if I had too much sense that time. So they had no choice. No, they had a choice. My dad was a very, very strict disciplinarian, right? When he was alive. Hi, Anthony. You're welcome to the YouTube live. So my dad could have easily stopped me, but then he didn't want to seem very, very forceful, so he allowed me to have my way. Mind you, guys, nobody ever has their way with my dad. My dad is was a very, very strict person. God rest his soul. So I was really surprised that he allowed me to leave. And then living with my friends, the bills started pouring in. I had to pay bills. Thankfully, she had this very rich boyfriend that already paid for the apartment, paid for the service charge. So the only thing that we both had to cater to in the apartment was feeding and just buying one or two things in the house. And at that time, I just started working. I had been jobless for a bit, and I was single. I didn't have a boyfriend. So, the first thing I learned that period was that living alone and being single, having no support system, trust me, it's one of the most difficult things you ever go through in your life. See, if anybody tells you that, yay, hooray, I'm single, I'm excited. See, that person is only excited if they have a support system. If they do not have a support system, I beg to differ, guys. Living alone and being single, it's a it's a gross injustice to being human. God, it's so hard. I want to cough. I beg. Let me drink water. It's as if this my rant today is going to affect my throat for no reason. So all this while, I've been living alone in my own apartment. If you check my first YouTube live stream I did, I showed you guys my apartment. So if you can see, you see that my apartment is really small. So my apartment has always been small, and I have never really. Hi, Grace Love, Emmanuel Simon. You guys are absolutely welcome to my YouTube live. It's a very, very hot Saturday. Yeah, even my AC is blowing. It's like it's not even blowing at all. I'm feeling really hot, but it's fine. I'm talking to you guys, and I'm having a swell time already. Okay, so guys, my apartment is really small, and I've never really noticed that my apartment. I've never really felt that my apartment is really small because I'm always very, very busy. I have my 9 to 5, 8:30. I've left my house. I've gone to work. And after work, I go to Maya's Cafe and I'm working as PR over there. And then while I'm at Maya's Cafe, I'm working on my YouTube channel. I'm doing trucks and trucks, loads of stuff. I'm very busy. And by the time I get back into my house, I get back into my apartment by, let's say, 10 p.m., sometimes 11, sometimes 12. And when I get into my apartment, I am so exhausted. I just jump into the shower, have my bath, and then bam, I'm on the bed and I'm sleeping. And the next day, I repeat the same routine. And it continues till on Saturdays when I go to the market to shop for groceries or for other personal effects. And then that's how my life usually is. And at that time, I didn't really feel being single, you know. And when I say single, I know a lot of times I've talked about, oh, I have a boyfriend on my channel, you know. So um the boyfriend I have is not based in Nigeria. So he's not in Nigeria. So I'm literally alone. We talk, we communicate, you know, but then it's not the same thing as having your relationship present where you are, right? And also it could be very, very complicated, you know. I don't even want to talk about it. So guys, it's not easy, and I've never really felt that aloneness. I never really felt that void before, you know. I never really felt that void. So when I started feeling the void was when the lockdown started. Now, when the lockdown started, that was when I realized how alone I was. That was when I realized how single I was. That was when I realized how difficult it was living alone. Guys, it's not easy. It's not easy. We're talking about bills, we're talking about being female. You have your sexual needs. I'm not just gonna lie, I'm just gonna be as frank as possible to you guys. You have your sexual needs, you have your emotional needs, you know. Trust me guys, forget the fact that I'm 30. There are times that I just really, really feel like being cuddled. There are times that I really feel like somebody pampering me to mess. Like I feel like sometimes somebody just carrying me, babying me up and down, you know. And on those days when I don't get all of that, I get really, really frustrated. I've said it a lot of times on my channel that I have a vibrator, you know. So sometimes you use your vibrator and it's okay. Sorry, somebody is knocking on my door. Yes, who is that? Who is that? Okay, I'm coming. Guys, I have a visitor, so you guys don't go anywhere. Oh. Just hold on. I need to go and open that door. Like sharp, 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 sharp. Don't go anywhere. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm so sorry about that. Guys, I'm so sorry about that. I had somebody at my door and I needed to go and see who it was. So as I was saying, guys, it was during this lockdown that I realized how frustrating it could be, you know, being single, living alone, having truckloads of bills to pay, and you know, it's so overwhelming. There are days I wake up in the morning and I feel like, God, do I really, how do I sort out this entire situation that I'm finding myself? How? You know, so let me read some of your comments. Miracle Chinyere is saying living with friends can be stressful. My dear, I would advise anybody, if you have money, get your own apartment. If you have a means of just sorting out yourself, just live alone, because trust me, living with friends, it can be so frustrating, it can be so overwhelming, it can be so pressurizing, because a lot of times, especially if the apartment is not your own, and especially if you're not paying rent also on that apartment and it's only the owner of the apartment that is your friend that is paying, trust me, you find yourself like 99% of the time shrinking for your friend to be shining. I know what I'm saying. I've done a video about this before on my channel, so just go through some of the videos on my channel and you'll find it. So Miracle Chinyere, I totally agree with you. Tony, hi Tony. Marcus Gustav, first time watching you live. How are you, my baby? I am fine, no, but I am not 100% fine because I feel so overwhelmed. That's why I'm doing this particular topic today. Dupe Omiwade says, not to worry, that's part of the points you're trying to make, staying alone. Yes! Miracle Chinere says, sexual needs can be frustrating. My dear, hey, it is, oh, it is. Okay, guys, so there are some mornings I wake up and I feel really, really down. I feel like I'm not ready to face today. It takes a lot of pep talks, it takes a lot of encouragement, self-encouragement, self-motivation for me to get off my bed and start doing what I'm supposed to do. Okay. But on other days, I get so overwhelmed by just being alone here, and I now feel really, really claustrophobic. I now feel like my apartment is about to swallow me. Sometimes it's like a mind game. Sometimes I have to pinch myself and remind myself that, hey, Glory, you're awake. You're not dreaming. And most of the time when I sleep at night and I'm dreaming and I wake up at intervals, I don't sleep, guys. If you see my eyes, like I have bags under my eyes. I basically don't sleep at night. And the reason why I don't sleep is I think a lot. I process a lot of things. Oh, by the way, guys, let me use this opportunity to announce to you guys that um my podcast is still in the works. It's cooking, it's baking. So very soon, guys. Oh my god, I can't wait to unveil this podcast to you guys. It's called Chronicles of the Female, and I'm going to be telling lots of stories. It's going to be really, really interesting. You will get addicted to that podcast. Trust me, I am assuring you. So I started recording my audio already, recording my audios, my podcast. So what's left is for me to get a very, very suitable and excellent, not really perfect, but excellent podcast hosting website. So the moment I get that done, trust me, I will start sharing my links with you guys so that you can hear what I have to say. So that said, most times I am working on my podcast, I'm working on my YouTube channel, I'm working on other things, and while I'm working on all these things, sometimes they succeed in getting my mind away from my situation, and sometimes they do not even do anything at all for me. And about the sexual frustration part, guys, I'm not kidding you. The sexual frustration is real. A lot of people will come on to YouTube and they will act like it's not a big deal, it's nothing. Listen, guys, we're all flesh and blood. And the moment you decide to be celibate, the moment you decide to not throw yourself around as a girl having sex here and there, or as a guy, trust me, it takes a whole lot of commitment. It takes a whole lot of of strength and willpower for you to stick to your guns on that. Because trust me, this saying that says the spirit is willing but the flesh is weak, guys, it is real. And you'll find that it's very real when you live alone, when you start living alone. Because trust me, when you are living alone, there's a lot of mind games going on. Aside the physical things that you see, the physical things that you do for yourself, there's a lot of mind games going on. So I'll start like this. I've got bills to pay. Now, when the light bill is coming and I and my neighbors, we have to start paying our own share. Hey God, I'll not start thinking, God, how many units of electricity did I use? When last did I put on my AC? When last did my TV come on? I'll start calculating. And then when I want to go grocery shopping, I start asking myself, do you need this thing? Do you need that thing? You don't need it. I start asking myself plenty questions. So it can be very, very frustrating in that regard, paying of bills. And when you are paying bills and your bank alert just keeps coming in and you're checking them, it's debit alert, debit alert, debit alert. Hey God, your heart will not be cutting, you'll not be panting like Jesus Christ. All this money I'm spending, how am I going to put it back? Where am I going to get it back from? And I am not one of those people that have truckloads of friends, that give them money. I used to have this friend back then, she would just stay like this. That's one of my friends I used to live with. This girl used to be very lucky. I don't know about now. She would just stay like this and she would be like, that she needs money, she needs money, she wants to do this, she wants to do that. And she would not tell herself, okay, let me call this person. She won't even call herself. She would just send a message. And before you know it, bam, bam, 20K has entered her account. It might sound very small, oh, but trust me, guys, when you start living alone and you are paying your own bills, that is when you know that 10,000 naira, it's like 1 million naira. That's when you know that 5,000 naira, it's like 1 million naira. Because by the time you calculate the number of things you can achieve with that 5,000 naira, I swear to God, you'll be looking for who will dash you. Hey, God. So this girl used to be very lucky. She used to be very lucky to the point that when she wants anything, she would just send an SMS, And before you know it, bang, 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 they'll just send the money to her. Before you know. And the most annoying part, what used to piss me off that time was all this money they'll be sending to her. It's not like she didn't need to do anything serious. So she needed to go and buy cream, body cream. She was buying it 5,000. Soap, she's buying it 5,000. Then when she wants to now come and cook food in the house, she come and use 2,000 naira. And later she now come and start crying again that, hey God, this money is finished though. Who will I ask again? So she'll ask and ask and ask people again and again and again. So me, I don't have the guts. I'm not that kind of asking person. I don't really know how to ask and ask and ask, you know. Even my boyfriend, like this quarantine period, I was even too ashamed to even ask him for money or anything, you know. But when he realized that, oh, you want to upload videos to YouTube, how many, you don't have data, he will now send the money. I am so ashamed to even ask, you know. So it gets so overbearing, it gets so overwhelming that sometimes you start asking yourself, did I make the right decision by deciding to live alone, you know? Guys, at this point, I think I just need to ask you guys a question. Do you live alone, yes or no? If you live alone, are you enjoying living alone? That's the question right now for this session. So answer the question. I'm going to take a second or two to go through your comment, and then I will continue. um so um uh Dupa said, uh you have to attend to the door and everything else just by living alone. Yes, yes. Emmanuel Simon said, living alone isn't that easy, but living with friends or some relatives isn't the best too. Honestly, I choose to live alone and wallow in my frustrations, wallow in all these overwhelming thoughts, than to live with friends and families. Because living with friends and families, trust me, you lose your mind, you go crazy, your prayer point will now change. On Sunday, you see yourself at the altar, eh? After everybody has gone home, you'll be at the altar, you'll be crying and begging God, please, when am I moving out of this place? Because it can be so frustrating. I have lived with people, I have lived with relatives, and trust me, it wasn't a good story at the end of the day. So I completely agree with you, Emmanuel. Grace said, I can relate to what you're going through. Seems we have it in common. My dear, honestly, if you can relate with me, then I'm really, really happy that you can totally understand what I'm saying. Miracle Chain says, the decay heartbeat. Grace says, it's like you're telling my life story. Oh. Adeniran Tosin. Tosin, where have you been? I haven't seen you in forever. Where have you been? But I'm super excited that you are part of this YouTube live today. Tosin, why are you laughing now? Guys, ignore why Tosin is laughing, because I don't understand why Tosin is laughing myself. But guys, I asked you guys a question. I said, do you live alone? If you live alone, are you enjoying living alone? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. I really, really want to know who are those agidi people on my channel. Trust me, if you live alone, I dove my unseen hat to you right now, because it's not easy. The moment you start living alone, trust me, for me, it means you are feeding another human being, because you yourself, that you are seeing yourself like this, you're another human being entirely. Because when you are living with people, it is what they give you that you eat. You don't have any choice to complain. You don't have any choice to even choose. Sometimes you can't even be picky. And I thank God. Oh God, God knows that I am not being ungrateful right now. I am super, super grateful, you know, for living alone, you know, because I know who I am. Even my mom said, my mom is tired of me. When I was still living with my folks, maybe that's the reason why I'm not very, 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 very tall. Because growing up, I've always been very, very selective. There were so many kinds of food I didn't eat when I was growing up. I didn't eat egg when I was growing up. I hated egg because my father was used to packing onions inside food. And me, I don't like onions. So anytime they boil egg or they fry egg, I wasn't eating egg. I wasn't eating any slimy food. I wasn't eating okra or bono. The only kind of food I was eating back then when I was growing up was rice and tea, and sometimes yam, you know. But if you mash the yam, I can't eat it. So basically what I'm trying to say is I used to select food a lot. Even till now, I don't eat seafood, you know. So but the people that I have lived with in my life, living with them, I realized that I had no choice. It was what they gave me to eat that I had to eat. I can't complain, you know. I can't come and complain to them that, oh, this food you cooked, I cannot eat it. Because trust me, in Nigeria, Nigerians can be so entitled to a fault. When you go to somebody's house, you go to your relative's house, or you go to your friend's house, and they give you food, and you come and start selecting and saying, oh, I cannot eat this food, I don't eat it, they'll think you are forming. They won't even realize that, oh, probably this person has allergies, or maybe if this person eats this food, this person will puke. So they'll start saying, oh, you are so rude, you are so ungrateful, we are giving you food and you are selecting and you are saying you don't want to eat. Guys, all of that is over now, because I know that living alone in my house, I can cook what I want to cook, I can eat what I want to eat, I can do whatever I want to do, without anybody coming to tell me that I am ungrateful, I am very selective and whatnot. So those are the ups of living alone. If you look at it, guys, honestly, it's really not that bad. It's really not that bad. But what nobody tells you, I'm just going to list them out for the sake of clarity. What nobody tells you, when you are single and when you are living alone, is that, one, the bills are going to be coming in truckloads. The bills are going to be frustrating your life. The bills are going to be making you feel like you just want to just give up and go back to your father's house. The bills are going to completely frustrate you. The bills are going to make it look like you are not earning any salary. If you have a job, it's going to make you feel like you're not earning any salary, because at the end of the month, before you receive your salary, you would have done budget of everything you need to pay for, everything you need to buy in your house, everything you need to do for yourself. By the time the salary comes, almost salary don't finish. Oh. Salary don't finish. So that's one of the that's the first thing. And then the second thing that nobody tells you about living alone is that the sexual frustration is going to be mad. The sexual urges is going to be overwhelmingly mad. Trust me, if you don't have self-control, you will turn into another version of yourself. I'm not just kidding you guys. Honestly, that's another second thing nobody tells you. Nobody tells you the truth about that one. Nobody. They only leave you to go and find out about it yourself. Let me pause here and read about what you guys are saying. So Miracle says, I do live with my family. It seems it's even more expensive to live with them as I'm paying most of the bills. Miracle Chinyere. Hey, sorry. In other words, or in your case, it means that you are literally not even living alone. You are literally the breadwinner of your house. Girl, my prayer for you is God gives you the willpower. God gives you more provisions, more resources to take care of your family, because that's very, very important. And the fact that you are able to do it, trust me, it's a whole lot. It's a big deal. So thumbs up to you. Well done. You're doing amazingly well. Okay, you're doing amazingly well. Dupa says, yes, you're living alone, but the fact is that there are exceptions for a girl child. If you haven't moved out by now, the pressure will be in another dimension, and guess what? It will be from your immediate family. My dear, I totally understand what you're talking about. The pressure to get married, the pressure and all of that to find a husband. See, about that pressure thing, the way I am handling it with my mom, especially because my dad is late. I lost my dad October 2018. So now it's my mom. So the way I'm handling that, there was a time, my mom will come to my apartment, and my mom, the way she does it is very, very funny and sometimes annoying. She will call me very early in the morning that, am I awake? I'll say, yes, I'm awake. What is it? She said she wants to come to my house. My mom will come to my house. She lives on the mainland though. Before I know it, 9 a.m., my mom don't land my house. So when she comes to my house, I'm like, what is going on? Is there a problem? She will say, no, that she wants to pray for me. She wants to ask me about husband. Have I seen a husband yet? Hey, God. She did it the first time. She did it the second time. By the time I noticed that she was trying to bring pressure, I just sat her down one day. I said, listen, Mama, listen. I am not ready to get married. That was the first thing I told her. I said, I am not ready to get married. That's number one. Number two, are you happy living on the mainland while I am living on the island? And she said, no, she misses me. She wants to be seeing me every day. She wants to be seeing her daughter. I said, that's very good. It's good that you are missing me. Now, the prayer you should be praying for me is that God blesses me and I make enough money to get a bigger apartment, you know, even if I can't afford to buy my own land or buy my own house now. But let God bless me so I get a bigger apartment so that I can move you into the apartment so that both of us can live together. But if you're coming here every morning 9 a.m. to come and remind me on Saturday morning, to come and remind me that, oh, I should be praying for husband, I will not pray for husband. No, seriously, guys, I had to have that conversation with her. And on a serious note, I really had to school her. I told her that, listen, gone are those days where a girl is 25, 26, 27, 20. God, I'm sweating. I need to get my fan. So I had to really had that pep talk with my mom. I had to tell her that, look, let this be the last time you come to my house 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning to come and be reminding me to be praying for a husband. I will not pray for a husband. I told her, you go and pray. Go and pray for a husband for me. You go and pray that God should bless me. Me, I will not put my mouth and pray for a husband. You know, and that was the only way that I could make her stop talking to me about getting married, you know, the pressure of getting married, of course. Because trust me, I'm 30. I clocked 30 years old this year, and I understand that in some families the pressure is mad. I know of some people that I used to know back then when I was living on the mainland. They were Igbos. God, the pressure once the girl graduated from university at the age of 23, sharp, the man don't travel go village. Went to go and do connection with like she went to the village. And you know, normally most Igbo, it's very known that in Nigeria most Igbo families, they send their sons abroad, you know, so when the sons come back they build homes in the village. No offense to anybody, I'm just talking from my own experience where I grew up on the mainland. You know, most of the Igbo families, that was what they were doing, you know. So immediately the woman went to the village and she went to go and do contract or connection with one man, and that was how the man called his son. The son came from the US, carried the girl, impregnated the girl, and then now the girl has 3 children now. She has 3 children now. The guy is in the US. She's not working, she's not doing anything, she's just a housewife, you know. Most of them, that's the norm, you know. I am from Akwa Ibom state, and in some parts of my own state, they give leeway to the girl child, you know, to get married whenever she wants. But in some other local governments, once the girl is like 18, 19, 20, they want the girl to get married. So me, I had to warn my mom that, hey, my own case is not going to be like that. Leave me alone. I have plans for my life. I'm actually working at, you know, ensuring that I'm comfortable. So I do not want that kind of pressure at all. I don't want that kind of pressure. I have 3 older sisters. They are all married. They have grandkids, you know, 3 kids, 4 kids. So I told my mom, carry all those grandchildren. They never finish. Oh. My mom has about how many grandkids? She has about 6, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12. She has about 12 grandkids. So I told her, go and carry all those grandchildren. Not be my own. I'm going to make you become grandmother. You know? Guys, the way I'm saying it right now, I wasn't this harsh with my mom when I was having that conversation with her. I was very playful. I love my mom so much. So I was very playful, but I was very serious, you know. I had to give her the rules. I had to draw a boundary. I told her, listen, if you want to be coming to my apartment, come to my apartment, you are free. But never ever you come to my apartment and come and talk to me about, oh, you must get married. Oh, start looking for a husband. I am not going to look for a husband. I remember one of those days when I told her I would not look for a husband. Instead, the husband should look for me. The first question she asked me was, do you even go out? Do you even go out? Do you even leave your house apart from work? Do you even go out? So you're saying husband will come and look for you. Where would the husband see you when you're inside your house? So ladies, this is an advice to you. If you're looking for a husband, don't stay indoors and expect the man to come and meet you indoors. Go out. Okay, I just wanted to talk about that pressure to get married and all of that when you're living with your folks. Let me still see what you guys are saying. Abiola Stella says, my dear, it's not easy. I live with kids alone and responsible for all bills alone. It's frustrating, but it's easier that kids keep me company. Wow. Abiola, honestly, the kind of strength you have, it's really, really exceptional. And my prayer for you is that God increases your resources. God does not necessarily have to bring a man into your life to help you take care of all those kids, okay? So my prayer for you is that God increases your resources. You do not have to work too hard. My prayer for you also is that you will work less hours but make more money and get more resources to take care of your kids, because you are doing a fantastic job. It's not easy to live with your kids alone and to also take care of all the bills. And trust me, kids are a handful. When you have kids, just be prepared to share the emotional side of you, and the physical side of you, because they can be very, very demanding. Very, very demanding. So, Abiola, Stella, you're actually doing a fantastic job. Well done. So, yes, Dupe, I totally agree with you. By now, the pressure will be why you are not in your husband's house. They will turn you to prayer points. My dear, I can totally relate. I can totally relate. But as I said, I had to deal with that conversation with my mom. I had to have conversation with my mom. It even got to the point that the day she came to my house, I had that conversation with my mom. I had to open my laptop. I showed her my YouTube channel. I showed her my analytics. At that time, I was waiting to be monetized. So I was really frustrated that YouTube was frustrating me. I wasn't getting monetized. I was doing a lot of hard work on my channel. So she felt my pain at that point, and she understood that, oh, this girl has more plans. So husband is not a problem at this point. So at that time, she even prayed for me self. She even prayed for me. And I asked her one question. I said, okay, which would you prefer? That I jump into an abusive relationship with a man that doesn't deserve me, with a man that doesn't know how to handle me and care for me, or that I build my career, build myself, and build a trusting and more loving relationship with someone that truly, truly cares for me. And for me, it doesn't really matter if I'm at the age of 35 and I get married. No, as long as I get married to someone that truly, truly loves me and respects my body, my soul, and everything. So for me, there's no hurry. So, Dupe, I believe you can have that conversation with your folks and all will be well. So, Banjo Temidayo says, I don't live alone. I would like to, but after university, I'm in my finals though. Banjo, let me give you an advice that nobody gave me when I was in university. Now that you're in university, now that you're in your finals, I will strongly advise you that you start looking for a job. The reason why you should start looking for a job is it to enable you to start earning, even before you go for NYSC. And then when you go for NYSC, you'll be getting your alawi, and you also be getting money from your PPA. So all those money you are getting, all those income, you can be saving them, because trust me, I realized that a lot of times most coppers after serving, they always run to Lagos, because Lagos is where the hustle is real. I know that the hustle is real in every other part of Nigeria, but if you want to make it sharp sharp, just come to Lagos. There's always something for everybody, right? So I would advise you that if you're still in school and you want to live alone after you graduate, you need to start saving money now, because trust me, the bills, except you come from a very, very well-to-do home, because there are some people that don't even understand what I'm saying right now. Yeah, there are people that don't understand. I mean, I knew this person that after university, this person's father and mother just called her, bought her a brand new car, gave her like 5 million, go and get your own apartment, go and do whatever you want. Okay, it wasn't 5 million, it was about 3 million. Yeah. So the parents were like, go and get your own apartment, go and do what you want to do. So this person had no idea what struggle meant. This person was born with a silver spoon. So if you're not born with a silver spoon, then that advice is for you. After school, or whilst you are in your final year, do not rely too much on your parents' income, on the stipends that they give to you. Look for a side gig, a side hustle that's going to be giving you some small, small income, okay? And start saving it, because the truth is, and nobody will tell you, living alone, it is not easy. You pay bills. Shebi, you've been living in your parents' house for years, and you don't know that, oh, they pay house rent, they pay NEPA bill, they pay this and that, they pay that and that when they are sick. Guys, when I fall sick, I spend nothing less than 50K to treat myself, because I like my life. So I don't go to any government hospital, I go to a private hospital. My health, I do not joke with it at all. So for you, um what's her name, Banjo Temidaya, yes, 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 yes. So as I said, even though you're in your finals in school, I would strongly advise you to look for a side hustle, and start saving your income so that you will not be stranded, okay? And Dupa said, I prefer to absorb the pressure of living alone so I may just explore doing more legit business to get money. That's the way to go, girl. That's the way to go. And please don't allow anybody to deter you. Just do what you have to do in a legit way, and it will definitely pay off one way or the other. And the sexual pressure is not easy. Getting distracted with busy schedules may help. My dear, I know. Getting distracted with busy schedules, true. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I am so busy. I know a lot of people are busy, but I know myself. I am so busy to the point that sometimes I am so exhausted. I am so burnt. I can't sleep. And it's not necessarily sex. It's not like I actually need sex to make me sleep. But sometimes you just want somebody to cuddle you. You just want somebody to massage your feet. You just want somebody to rub your head. I remember back then when I was still very small, my elder sister, she likes to be babied. And God got so kind. She got lucky. She got married to a man that when she just says, "Hey, my head though," the man would start massaging her head. "Oh, my feet," the man would start massaging her feet. Because somehow it seems like God knows that that's what she likes. So God gave her a husband that could do all of that for her. So stuff like that. I like it when I'm super exhausted and then I have somebody that really likes me, really loves me, and the person is there, massaging my feet, massaging my fingers. So, I'm a lady, come on, for God's sake. Sometimes we just want to be pampered. Basically, what I'm saying is the sexual frustrations I'm talking about, it doesn't necessarily have to be penetrative sex. Sometimes it's all about intimacy. You just want somebody to pamper you. You just want somebody to love you up. You just want somebody to cuddle you. Try this bloody lockdown. God, I'm so pissed that there's coronavirus in the world because it just made it glaring that, gosh, babe, you're going to be in this alone for a long time. So it's really, really crazy. um Dari Solomon says, living alone is not a walk in the park. A three-bedroom apartment can become so small. I can totally, totally relate with that. A three-bedroom apartment, it can become so small, yeah, and it can become so overwhelming. Sometimes you feel really clustered, like the whole apartment wants to swallow you up. I can totally relate with that. And that's one of the experiences that I am facing in this my small apartment right now. My apartment is a one-room apartment. It's really small. So most of the time I wake up in the morning, I feel like, oh my God, I feel like this apartment is going to swallow me up. So that's one of the challenges of being single and living alone. At least most married people, I mean, for those ones who are actually living happily and enjoying their marriages, I know that this is the best time for them. This is the time when they are really, really enjoying each other's company. But for us that are single, the story is another one. uh Hanksman is asking, did you grow up in the north? No, I did not grow up in the north. I grew up in Lagos, but I did my NYSC in the north in Giola, Adamawa State. So I literally stayed in the north for 1 year. And it was one of the best periods of my life because I was a rich babe that time. I missed that period of my life. I had so much money. Like, money would just stay in my account. I wasn't using the money for anything. Ah, wash out. The things I wish I could do. But anyways, that's the past. And then Toronto, he said, Glory, you too, go and marry. Lol. Please, oh, don't rush it until you find someone right. Tosin, please, you get married first. I will come for your wedding. Maybe you are in the US. I will come for your wedding. Tosin saying I should go and get married. um Duper says, positive aspect of living alone, you are independent and can make quality decisions by yourself. Excellent. Even if you make mistakes, you develop resilience to get through it. Duper, I totally agree with you. You are right. Now, guys, if I am saying, being single, living alone, things nobody tells you, these are just the downsides for me. Trust me, living alone is one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I mentioned at the beginning of this session that I was living with a friend and I constantly had to shrink myself so that my friend will shine. And it was really sad that I was living with someone that loved attention so much, So because we are both female, it was it was really difficult. And this person loves having things away, loves having everything away. So it was really difficult for me because I couldn't really express myself. When I'm upset, I have to pretend I'm happy. When this person annoys me, I have to pretend that I am okay with the situation. Whenever we have a quarrel, I am always the first person to go and apologize and say I'm sorry to this person. So I constantly had to subdue myself. I constantly had to bury my sense of, oh, I have a basic human rights to this. I had to constantly suppress my emotions, all because I wanted peace to reign in the apartment. So at the end of the day, when this person told me to leave the apartment, I was prepared and I was happy. And I thanked the person. I said, thank you for allowing me to stay in your apartment. And guys, living alone, even though the first 3 months I moved into my own apartment, I didn't even have an AC, I didn't have a TV, I didn't even have a fridge. So I was cooking noodles every day for 3 months. If I wanted to eat good food, I'll go to a fast food restaurant to go and eat. So even though it was quite difficult at first, but now I am so comfortable. I am so happy. I wake up in the morning. I decide who I want to talk to. I decide if I want to go out or not. Nobody pisses me off because I fucking live alone. And that's one of the fantastic, sides of living alone. But then what I'm saying basically in this live session is the part that nobody tells you is the bills are real. You go pay bills, you go tire. Two, if you're single, you do not have a boyfriend, you are alone, hey, the sexual frustrations is going to be mad. Your emotions are going to be raging war. They're going to be raging war with your senses. See, your conscious sense is going to be telling you, oh, Glory, you're a good girl. Don't go out to look for any guy. Stay in your house. Be a nice chap or be a nice lady. Hey, your alter ego will be telling you, you are horny. Go and look for somebody that's going to satisfy your sexual urge. You are horny. You cannot take it. It's a crazy ride. Your mind becomes a battlefield. Your alter ego is fighting with your subconscious. Your subconscious is fighting with your sense of reasoning. Your sense of reasoning is fighting with your common sense. Guys, it's a battlefield. Trust me, that is one part of living alone that nobody tells you. So I am actually telling you right now that if you're planning on living alone, prepare yourself. And that was why a friend of mine got me a vibrator, because my friend was just like, look, I know you're being celibate. I know you're trying to be a good girl. I know you're trying not to, become very, very promiscuous. So at least just have a vibrator, just have something, to pleasure yourself. And trust me, guys, one of the beauty about having a vibrator is it helped me to learn about my sexuality. It helped me to learn my body. It helped me to learn about how to pleasure myself. Prior to now, um, when I first had a boyfriend, when I first knew what sex and having sex and making love and whatever was, I felt like it was just dry humping, and then you move along. But then I have come to understand my body, and now I know what works for me, I know what doesn't work for me, so there's no pressure anymore. So living alone and being single, it has its upsides and it has its downsides. So but the upsides mostly outweighs the downsides. That's the beauty about it. Let me check what you guys are saying. um So Duka says issue is when you need to do some tasks that are really for men. For example, electrical. For me, that is my main frustration. Dupe, let me give you one tip, You see all those things around your house that you need to do that are for men. This is why you need to be very, very nice to your security man. And this is why you need to be very, very friendly with your neighbors. So where I live, I love where I live so much because I have two other female neighbors and I have one male neighbor who is married. He married recently. So we live like siblings. We have a day where we play Ludo, we drink alcohol, we smoke weed, we just be happy like that. I don't know how to smoke weed though. So they smoke weed. Me, I just stay there doing as if I don't know anything, but I'm getting high all the same, you know. So we are young people, we're fresh minded, and we are fresh into life, into independence, and all of that, you know. So we are very, very cool. So if there's anything, and also my security man, the man is learned, is very, very educated, and is very, very nice. So what I do is, a lot of times I give him money, I give him food. When I cook, I call him, I give him food. He has a plate in my pot, literally, you know. I'm very nice to him. When I go shopping for groceries, I buy some things, I give to him. So I'm very nice to this man, and because of that, I have invested in his emotional bank. So let's say like today now, I had to wash my duvet by myself. My duvet is so freaking heavy, you know. So I called him and I'm like, hey, oh yeah, come and help me squeeze my duvet. And he assisted me and he squeezed my duvet. If I feel like, oh, there's cockroach disturbing me in my kitchen, I'm calling Mr. Victor. So Mr. Victor is running to come and help me deal with it, you know. So it's like, if you are a female and you're living alone, there are certain things around your house that you need a male figure to do for you. This is the point where you really, this is why you need to build a relationship with your neighbors and your security man. If you're nice to your security man, he'll be nice back to you. If you're nice to your neighbors, they'll be nice to you. If you're one of those people that are always quarreling and carrying beef around, you know, selling beef and pomo with your neighbors, please, you need to turn a new leaf. Because if you're female and you're living alone, trust me, you will need their help. And that same thing goes for you guys. If you are living alone and you have female neighbors, you need to be nice to them, because ladies, having ladies as neighbors is the sweetest thing ever. If you do not have a girlfriend and you're a guy and you're living alone, trust me, if you have female neighbors, one thing you can be doing is, if you are free, if you're up to, because I know a lot of people can be very, very private with their lives. So you can, you know, you want to go to work and you're like, ah, baby fana, you want cook, well, yeah, take, make her add 1,000 or 2,000 naira. When I come back, I go chop inside the food though. Trust me, your female neighbor, she will cook the food as if she's cooking for her husband, and your share will be the lion's share, because she will respect the fact that, oh, he's a guy, he added money to my pot, so I have to feed him very well. And guys, that's what's going on here where I'm living, you know. We go to my neighbor's house, we play Ludo, we play trap music, you know, we eat food, we drink wine, we play with Blue. Blue is my neighbor's dog. You know, it's really sweet living alone and also living at peace, you know, around you. So I'm saying all of this for Dupe. You know, I think you need to build a relationship with your security man. Not all security men are evil. There are some of those who are evil, and there are some of those who are just deliberately mean, you know. But you just have to be open-minded and invest in people's emotional bank, so that when you need them, you definitely get all the assistance you need from them. Okay. Banjo, you're welcome, you're welcome. So Tony Ekopara says you need to go out, and distant relationship is not encouraging for me because body no be stone. Tony, I totally agree with you. Don't worry, when this whole COVID-19 is over, hey, when I want to go out, I'm gonna do a video showing you guys how I do my makeup, how I slay my face, how I slay my life, like slay everything to pieces, you know. No, but seriously, that's not the things I plan on doing. I'm really sort of an introvert. It's only when I'm doing my YouTube videos that I'm always, you know, but naturally I'm a very, very quiet and reserved person. So I'm planning on working on that. You know, I actually started before the coronavirus. I started like 2 weeks before the COVID-19, but unfortunately COVID-19 decided to come and spoil my flow. So when this whole thing, you know, is over, when the world goes back to a better place, I'll definitely up my game in being more social, right? Exactly. Mm-hmm. So what is Adenirantosi says Glory needs pampering. Of course, Tosi, I need pampering. I'm a baby girl. No, I'm not a baby girl. I'm a baby woman. Gosh, that sounds so awkward. What am I even saying? I'm a baby. I need pampering. Come on. I need pampering too. I need pampering. You know? Miracle says we have same perspective on this marriage thing. My mom stopped disturbing me with the marriage talk when a cousin of mine started wailing. Domestic violence. Wow. Currently building a career and business. See, this is the reason why I always encourage the females around me to have this conversation with their families. See, let me tell you something. it is better to be 30 years old or 35 or 40 and get married to somebody that is as mature minded as you, somebody that understands the essence of loving and cherishing another human being, than to be 20, 21, 22, 25, and then you get married to a non-entity that doesn't have value for human life. Sometimes I wonder that these people that practice domestic violence on their spouse, I'm not talking about just men hitting women now. And trust me, domestic violence is not just about physical abuse. There's also emotional abuse. There's also psychological abuse. There are couples who emotionally abuse themselves. They call themselves names. They abuse themselves. You know, they toy. There are women who starve their husbands of sex. There are husbands who starve their women of sex. There are husbands who refuse to give their wives money because they feel, no, I want to teach her a lesson. There are women who starve their husbands because, no, he made me upset, I want to starve him. You know, all those things are all abuse. um People always mistake domestic violence for being, oh, you slapped me, you did not slap me. If you are wicked, if you are mean to your spouse, you are domestically abusing that person. Trust me. So I'm not a fan of all this. I'm not big on marriage. Trust me, I'm not big on marriage because come and get married to you and then I upset you and I make you angry. So instead of both of us to sit down and have a heart-to-heart conversation about it as adults, you now start giving me silent treatment. You are mad. You're on your own in that marriage. Oh, you're not married to me. In fact, you are married to the house. You are married to the apartment. You won't see my face. Trust me, guys. And when I was living with my friend, that was what she was doing to me. I was being emotionally abused. I was being mentally abused. There were days that we're going to have our own quarrels, and I would want to have a conversation with her. I'll tell her, okay, sit down, let's talk about it. She will shout, no, no, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She will get out of the house and she will slam the door. Bah! And I'm like, God, why am I still here? Why am I still taking all this shit? I'm not married to this girl. We are not lesbians. We are just best friends, for God's sake. What crime did I commit? You know, there were days when I would call friends of mine, other friends of mine. When I say friends, like people I was working together with at the office, at my previous office, you know. So there was this particular guy I called and I was crying and I was telling this guy on the phone that, oh my God, this girl is doing this to me. And he was like, Glory, why are you still in that apartment? And I'm like, I don't have money. If I had money, I'll go and get my own apartment to live, you know. And the day I moved out, guys, my story was hell. I slept in an uncompleted apartment because I just needed to get away from that person, you know. So let me not divert or deviate from the conversation, but trust me, guys, do not allow anybody to put pressure on you. You're not talking about just females now, male, female. Do not allow anybody to put pressure on you. There are women who beat their husbands. There are women who have tongues of sword when they want to insult their husband in public. Useless man, you cannot even perform, you cannot even feed your family, you know, all those kind of biting remarks. And then the one that really kills me the most is, you see a couple, they have an issue, they have a small issue. Instead of them to have a conversation about it, you will see somebody, you know, doing silent treatment. Yeah. Why did you get married? If you cannot be mature enough to have conversations and sort out situations with your spouse, why are you married? You should not be in a marriage situation. You should be in an alone situation so that you can keep your silent treatment to yourself, you know. So ladies and gentlemen, do not allow anybody pressurize you into marriage. But we're not talking about marriage today. We're actually talking about being single and living alone, the things nobody tells you. I have mentioned the things that nobody tells you. So guys, I would love to know about your personal experience. Do you live alone? How do you manage your sexual frustrations? How do you manage your emotional frustrations? How do you pay your bills? I would like to know how you guys deal with all of these things, and I will also share mine to you as well. I need to drink water. So Miracle Chinyere said life will happen and marriage may come soon. Of course, marriage may come soon, but when the marriage is coming, I will ensure that I am prepared to take it. Marriage cannot happen on me just like that. I have to stay woke. I have to be prepared. So marriage will happen, but I will be prepared for marriage. I refuse to be caught unawares by marriage, because a lot of people that have been taken unawares by marriage, there's always one hurdle here and there, or one problem here and there. Some people will say, oh, I got married to a man who is not my friend. Why weren't you friends before you got married? Did anybody force you to marry the person? So these are realities, people. These are realities. Miracle Chinyere said vibrator. My dear, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hide it. I have a vibrator. I'm not promiscuous and I'm not trying to be. I don't have friends with benefits, and I'm not the sort of person that likes jumping from one pole to the other. So I rather just stay indoors and do my thing, satisfy myself the best way I can. AIDS is real, STD is real, gonorrhea is real, staphylococcus is real. So instead of me to be humping from one man to the other, let me just use my vibrator that won't give me any disease at all till I'm able to sort out myself. Capiche? If there's any other way that please let me know. Let me read it, I beg. Okay, Angstman said, I asked because you're saying ba. Oh yes, I stay in the north, so ba, ba. And Dupe said, it's worse if you have enjoyed better days with your sexual life before. I have some friends who use vibrators, but honestly, I don't think it's same, so I can't. Well, different strokes for different folks. I use vibrator because of the reasons I have mentioned. So there are people that I know of who would rather prefer using a dildo to a vibrator. Different people have different things that works for them. I know what works for me. I've been able to learn my body, so I know what works for me. That's why I would rather use a vibrator than to use a dildo. So if you guys want me to talk about why I would use a vibrator other than a dildo, let me know right now. So the next YouTube live I do next week Saturday, that's going to be what I talk about basically on that day. So if you want to know why I use a vibrator, why I prefer vibrator to a dildo, just say yes, comment it right now. So the next YouTube live I do, that's what I'm going to talk about. I have so many reasons why I would always use a vibrator than to use a dildo. Grace Love said, I'm enjoying this discussion. Yes, girl. Thank you, girl. Tosin said, baby girl for life. I am a baby. Dupa says, Glory, you are a babe, lo. Yes, so my dear, I'm glad you guys can actually relate. Dupa says, pretty babe for that matter. Thanks, darling. Grace Peace, hi. Arid Precious, I need your WhatsApp number, or should I send mine? Okay, I can give you my WhatsApp number, but I just need to say that I would rather call people and talk to people, because most of the time I get exhausted chatting with people on WhatsApp, but it's fine. So you can, let me see. Okay, you can drop your WhatsApp number and I will take it right now. I think I have my notepad here. So you can drop your WhatsApp number, I'll take it, and then I will say hello to you so that we can actually talk. And Arit, yes, I said you can drop your WhatsApp number. Faith Elijah says, Glory, about this being nice to security men, some of them tend to take it for granted if you act too nice towards them. I live alone. I've had some terrible experience with security men. Faith, I completely understand what you are saying. And about security men, I have trucks and trucks loads of stories about security men. Now, the thing is, you need to use sense with these people. That's just the word. You need to use sense with these people. The truth is, most of this domestic help, they are very, very entitled, especially the ones that you are nice to. The moment you do not have and you stop being nice to them, they start feeling like you owe it to them to be nice to them. So I'll give you for instance, the security guy I had in this compound before this one I have currently, the guy is from Akwa Ibom State just like me. So this guy is also illiterate. When he came, I asked him, what is your name? I was at work, and when I came back I saw him. So I'm like, what is your name? And he said his name. So when he said his name, I heard the accent, so I knew he was from Akwa Ibom. So I'm like, wow, at Akwa Ibom. I mean, though I in Akwa Ibom, you know. So what I just said is, I said, oh, you're from Akwa Ibom. I'm also from Akwa Ibom, and the guy was really excited. So I told him that, okay, for because we've had like 5 security men before that guy. So I told him, okay, no, we've had 4. So I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do for you. I might not have money to be given to you to feed every day, but whenever I cook, I will call you and I'll give you your own share. If you need something, let me know. If I have it, I'll give it to you. Because, guys, I was just too freaking nice. So it got to the point that when I want to go to work, I'll give him the kitchen into my apartment, because the way my apartment is, when you open my door, you walk into my kitchen straight, you know. And then when you want to come into my apartment proper, you have to open another door to get to my apartment. So I have like 2 other doors. So I'll give him the key to the main apartment so that I can go to the kitchen. I gave him the key to my cupboards, you know, my storage, where I can get noodles, yam, anything he wanted to cook. And I'll tell him, use my pots, use my kitchen utensils, cook whatever you want. And this guy was rocking life. He was cooking food. I'll make stew. I'm sorry to say, oh, disclaimer, I'm not saying this to be proud or anything, but whenever I want to make stew, I use chicken, because red meat is not good for the health. So whenever I cook, I will open the pot and I'll tell him, oh yeah, bring your plates. He will stand there, I will give him food. That was how the relationship was. Sometimes I'll just call him, give him 1,000, give him 500, you know. This guy now said he wanted to travel to the village. He went to the village. He said he had his uncle's burial. He went to his uncle's burial. He went and brought a concubine. I didn't know he was even married. So before he came back, he called me and said he needed money to pay transport and come back. So that was the period where I lost my elder brother, my eldest brother. So I was broke because we were planning the burial. My brother died impromptu. I've shared the story of how my brother died, you know. So I told this guy that, look, I don't have money in my account. I had some dollars and some pounds that my boyfriend gave to me. So I told him that I don't have money in my account, right? That he should call my other neighbor and ask. So this guy asked me for 5,000. Then he went and called my neighbor and asked for 6,000. My neighbor gave him the money. So when this guy came back from the trip, he lied to me that the concubine he brought was his sister. Then he went and told another neighbor that I'm very mean, that I stopped giving him food, that he asked me for money to come back. I said I did not have. That how can a whole Madam Glory not have money to give him to come back? So this neighbor, she now called me and was telling me that this is what Silvano said. I was mad. Immediately, because me, I know they take care here, say you talk bad thing about me, I'll confront you immediately. So immediately I went outside, I called my neighbor, I called the boy, and I said, come, Silvanus, you said I've not been giving you food in this compound, you said I've not been giving you anything. He said, no, madam, no be so. I said, shut up. And I confronted him, and the guy was now apologizing that he's very sorry, it was the work of the devil, he did not know why he said that. I told him that, okay, this is what's going to happen. I will never give you access into my apartment anymore. All access is over and done with. And even though I said that, I stopped allowing him into my apartment, but I would still give him money. But I stopped giving him food, you know, because I felt really heartbroken that this is somebody that I was giving food from my pot. My mom even came on one of those days, and my mom was obsessed that you allowed this boy to take food from your storage as if it's your brother or as if it's your blood. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong in that. My mom was like, this guy, be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. That was what the guy did, you know. So now what I do with my new security man is I do not give him food every day. What I do is, when I send him on errands, I give him 500 naira, or sometimes I give him 1,000. Sometimes I give him like food stuff. Sometimes if I send him to buy me stuff, I give him yam, I give him food stuff. I tell him, okay, you have pot, you have stove, go and cook your food. If he comes to me, oh madam, please, I need palm oil, I will give him. But me cooking all the damn time and giving him food like a wife, all of that is over. I give money, I give food stuff, but talking about every day I cook, I give you, I stopped all of that, like completely. So sweetheart, I can totally relate, you know, with what you are saying, Faith Elijah. Oh yeah, even bearing my father's name, Faith. My father's name is Elijah. So I completely stopped all of that because I realized that you can never be too nice to all security people. But the truth is, those who wants to be nice to be nice. Like this one we have now, he's very, very nice. And I relate to him not as a security man. That's what you need to learn how to do. When you relate to these people like, oh, I am above you, you are beneath me, they start to get bad vibes. They start to carry bad blood against you. But when you're nice with them, but when you have to be strict, you're strict. When you have to be nice, you're nice. You just calculate your way on how to follow them. Trust me, at the end of the day, you guys are going to have a very, very smooth relationship. No bad energies, no bad blood. You definitely enjoy the relationship, okay? And I think it's really important too, because one thing I always remind myself is, aside God, who is my protector, that security man, my life, my properties, everything I have in physical in this compound, they are all in his hands. So if I'm not nice to him, I don't know what this guy would do to me, or So it's not like I feel threatened, okay, but I just feel like this person, I'm paying this person to protect my life and my property here, while God is doing his own bits in heaven. So what do I owe him aside the salary that I'm giving him? It's just the appreciation, to say, hey, I appreciate all the work you're doing. I appreciate you staying up late at night, and keeping guard over those compounds. So that's part of the reason why I'm also very nice to them. Okay. So Faith Elijah, I still encourage you that even though you have had bad experiences with, a lot of security men, I feel like you shouldn't give up hope. There are still the good ones in as much as we have the bad ones. So, Dupe Omi one day said I should do. So, Dupe, you want me to talk about why I prefer using a vibrator to a dildo? So, you are the first yes I am getting. Let me see if I can get at least 10 yeses. If I get 10 yeses, then my next YouTube live, I am going to talk about why I prefer using a vibrator to using a dildo. So, your yes is the first yes. Let me see if I can get more yeses. Tony Eke Okpara says, good relationship with your neighbor is really good, because when you are in trouble, the neighbors come first. Exactly. Your neighbors are your first port of call. Your neighbors are your first families when you have any issue. So you must strike up a very, very good and excellent relationship with your neighbors, because when anything, like for instance, when my eldest brother died, he was found in his apartment dead for 3 days. I don't even want to go into the details because I haven't found closure. But the people that let us know about it was his neighbors. And before we got there, his neighbors had run to the police station. They had done all the running arounds before my family even got there. So his neighbors, even till after the burial and everything, the neighbors were still keeping in touch. Till now, they still keep in touch with my mom. And all of them had something good to say about my brother. They will go on and on about how my brother used to take their kids to school, how my brother used to take care of their families, how my brother used to give them moral support, money support, financial support, everything. So they took it upon themselves. They were responsible for everything, because myself, my family were really shattered when we lost him. So they took all the stress from us. His church, where he was the music director, they took care of everything. So aside having good relationship with your neighbors, people around you, your place of work, you definitely need to have a very, very good relationship with people around you, because at the end of the day, if anything happens, see those people around you, people that you see every day, people you work with on a daily basis, they are the people that are going to come to your rescue first before your family even hears about it. So Godwin Odu, hello, hello, hello. So Grace Love says that's very risky, allowing someone that you ain't related to into your kitchen. I don't trust that. Yes, Grace, I completely learned my lesson. I had a friend of mine that was always saying that I was too nice. But what I didn't understand that this friend of mine was saying was that I was very stupid. This my friend was always telling me, oh Glory, you are too nice. But I didn't understand that this person was telling me that, Glory, you are too stupid. And that was because when I'm nice, guys, I can be very, very nice to a fault, you know. And all these things, it just added to making me more vulnerable to this stupid security guard, saying what he said. But now I've learned my lesson and all is well now. So Faith Elijah, yes, so Faith Elijah, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, Grace Love said, yes, please. I want to get one too. Okay, Grace Love, you are the second person that is saying yes. So guys, I asked the question, if you guys want me to do another live session on why I prefer using a vibrator to using a dildo, please let me know right now in the comment section, so that next week Saturday, that's basically what I'm going to talk about. Listen, we have to be adults on this channel, okay? I'm trying to be very, very expressive with my sexuality, and I believe that a lot of people should do the same. I know some people do not like hearing these things online, but I'm talking about it, because I believe that a lot of people should be able to talk about it as well. So if you are ready to be open-minded and you want us to have that conversation, then give me a yes. Then in next week Saturday's YouTube live, which will happen same time, 3 p.m., that is what I'm going to talk about. Basically, so let's get down to it. Drop a yes in the comment section below and let me know. Just with Ruthie, sorry about your brother Glory. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Arid Precious said yes. Arid Precious is the third yes I'm getting. 7 more to go. Grace Love, sorry about your brother. Thank you. Miracle Chinyere, thank you. Emanuela Igwe, hello. Oladuni Ogini, hi. Miracle Chinyere says, can we keep in touch? I'll DM you on Twitter. Please go ahead, DM me on Twitter, no problem. If you want to follow me on Twitter, guys, my Twitter handle is at FSWGlory. Yes, so DM me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, and that's it. Hey, somebody is saying something. I've watched all your videos since Living Nigeria days, but I've never clicked on the sub button. You are just a vibe, Gloria. Someone should tell me to hit the button. Chinyere Annie, I am telling you right now, hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, subscribe to my channel ASAP. How can you have been watching me on YouTube since last year, during the time of BB Nigeria, watching all my videos, and you've never subscribed? Hey, that is a crime against YouTube. It is a crime against my basic human rights as Frankly Speaking with Glory. It is a crime against being nice. It is a crime against watching my videos. No, but seriously, you definitely need to subscribe to my channel. Like, what the hell are you waiting for? It's been over 6 months since after BB Naija, and you never subscribed. I mean, I literally put out 115 BB Naija videos, and you watched all of them, and you never subscribed. Who are you? Come on. Oh my god, don't mind me. I was just being dramatic. So Oladuni Ogini said, what happens to your brother? My dear, that's the question that you tomorrow, my mom is still asking, I am still asking, my siblings are still asking. And the sad thing was, I lost my dad on the 12th of October 2018, and then on the 18th of February 2019, my brother was dead in his apartment for 3 days. Nobody knew. We had been calling for 3 days. I was calling him. Everybody had been calling him. We did not see him. We did not hear from him, and then his neighbors, they started perceiving something smelly from his apartment, and they had not seen his door open, and then they went through the back of his window and they peeked into his apartment, and they saw that he was lying dead on the floor. So I still have pictures of what it looked like. He was lying like that, and his body had rot, and his body was peeling, his flesh was peeling. It's really, I've asked myself that question 1 million times, and I keep asking as if I can see my brother, like, what happened to you? Who did this to you? I've done my own investigations. I went to his apartment after they moved his body. I looked around. I went around the compound looking for clues, looking for anything to tell me that somebody actually broke into his apartment. But it wasn't a robbery attack. It wasn't anything. People are saying it's a spiritual attack. I don't know. So that was what happened to my brother. And do not pray it happens to anybody else, because that's the saddest thing that can ever happen to you. So I do not pray it happens to anybody. Okay? So Oladuni, that was what happened to my brother. So good. Thank you. Uh, so Chinyere Annie says, finally, I've done that. I'm not a preacher of love. Chinyere, I'm a wall. I'm a liquid metal. I am the Indoboski. Oh my god, that man is a vibe. Odumeji, I swear he's a vibe. Chinyere just brought back memories right now, you know. She said, I'm not a preacher of love. ah. Um So Grace Love said, I have a lot of questions in my head already, waiting for next week. My dear, hey, see, prepare yourselves though. For those of you that want me to talk about why I prefer using a vibrator to a dildo, prepare yourselves, because I'm going to be as raw as possible. I'm going to be saying everything, frankly speaking. You know, so don't expect me to come here and carry Bible and carry rosary and I'll start singing, you know, praise our Lord. You know, I'm not gonna come and do church service here next week Saturday. I'm coming to come and talk to you guys about sexuality, my sexuality, and how I learned how to understand my body. So if you really want to understand that conversation as well, you want to engage, join me on next week Saturday's live by 3 p.m. usual time, you know, and I'll definitely talk about why I prefer using a vibrator to using a dildo. So that's so it be. Godwin Don't Odu says, Glory, you're amazing. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Mary Coutinho says, you are an Indaboski. You guys are making me laugh. Yeah, for all of you that are saying sorry, honestly, thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate your, I appreciate your condolence. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So guys, I have said a lot on this particular live session. I just wanted to share with you guys the struggles I am facing, and I'm glad that a lot of you can actually relate. Sorry, I've been changing position on this bed. I don't have a chair in my house. I don't have a couch in my house, and my prayer to God is that this whole COVID-19 situation just dies down quickly so that I can put my thoughts into perspective. I've been thinking about moving out of this apartment by October this year, and my prayer is that everything should come back to normalcy, so that I can really plan again for this year, because this year is messed up already, so I don't have a chair in my house. I just have my big bed. So when I sit down to record my videos, guys, I am in so much pains. Hi! I'm in so much pains. Right now, my back is tearing up, but it's fine. I'm really enjoying this YouTube live, and I'm really excited because you guys have been very interactive. You guys have been really forthcoming with your own perspectives on what I'm talking about. So I asked a question, and nobody has actually given me an answer to that. Okay, I think Dupe has actually given me an answer to that. So the question I asked is, do you live alone? Do you find it easy to pay your bills? Are you single? And if you live alone, if you're single, how do you manage to satisfy your emotional needs and your sexual needs? That's the question. So who wants to go first? Who wants to actually answer all those questions and let me into their heads? Okay, let me into your heads. Who wants to answer the question? Let me know. Guys, don't be shy. Don't be shy. I believe there's nobody that is 15 years old right now here. I believe there's nobody that is 10 years old. We are all adults. So let's talk about this now. Hey, Chinere! How was your exam? I hope your exam went well. Chinere is an ardent viewer, family member, church member of this here community. So Chinere, I am super excited that you are joining this live. You are not so late. I am super excited that you're here all the same. the good thing is that whenever I finish my YouTube live, I automatically upload it to my YouTube channel. So if you missed out from the beginning, you can as well watch it again from the beginning. So even if you didn't start with me from the beginning, after the live, you can watch it from, from the beginning. Even right now, I think you can actually scroll back and watch from the beginning. So it's no biggie, okay? Grace Love said, I feel you. If only bird has mouth to complain, mine would be screaming in Japanese language. I can imagine. I can imagine. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. So Chinyere says, my exam was good. Thanks for your concern. Yes, I will watch from beginning later. All for you, Chinyere. Grace says, I live in my family. I don't pay any bills. Hi! Grace, you are the biggest babe in this on this channel right now. Seriously, if you live with your parents and your parents are still the ones paying all the bills, my dear, you do not know what the good Lord has done for you. The good Lord has taken away all your struggles and all your pains. No, but seriously, this day and age, it's not easy to still have parents that will be paying your bills, So if you still live with your parents and they're paying your bills, my sister, can I come and squat with you? Because these bills that I'm paying, hey, they are not nice at all, though. These bills, hey, there's no negotiation with them at all. But really, I'm really happy for you. The fact that you have folks who still look out for you, who are not even putting pressure on you to move out. It's actually a good thing. Busayo Enyola, yo, you're welcome. What happened now? You came late. Kilo de, where have you been? I missed you now, huh? So Miracle Chinyere said, I live with my mom and siblings. My dad is late. Chinyere, honestly, I think you are the one that said that you are the one that pays the bills. I've prayed for you, and honestly, I just pray to God that God just empowers you more, because it's not easy, taking care of your mom and your siblings. For instance, me and my siblings, every month, not just every month, but at least we still give my mom money. My mom works, but we're trying to take care of her the best way we can, because my dad is late, and then our eldest brother is late. My eldest brother used to be the person that used to go and stay with my mom for 1 week, was even staying with my mom before he died. Before he died, it was just a week he moved into his apartment. He has stayed in his new apartment for just 4 days before he died. So we still give my mom money. Anytime we call her, we ask her, do you have money? We just want to know that she's comfortable. So it's not easy, especially when you have a mom and you have younger ones whom you're still giving money, who are probably paying their school fees. It's not easy. So Miracle Chinyere, I really respect what you do, and I pray to God that God continuously empowers you and gives you other means of income that you do not have to struggle for, you do not have to work too hard for. There's this prayer that one of my friends' mom used to pray, that you work less hours but you earn more money. That's the same prayer I'm praying for you, okay? Because it's not easy, taking care of your family, or if you're a single mother, taking care of your own kids and still taking care of your extended family. Trust me, it's a lot of work. So Grace, peace, all I do is eat and sleep. Shebi, I've said I should come and squat with you in your room, eh? I will wash your clothes. I will sweep the house inside your own room. Oh. So let me come and squat with you. So Faith Elijah says, for me, when I'm feeling emotionally down, I get myself distracted with movies and social media. That's really nice. Well done. I mean, it's always good to have something to distract you from, from life in general, or when you are too stressed, so it's actually good to have something to distract you. So it's really good. And Chinyere Gata says, my dear, paying bills is not easy. I live alone and pay all my bills, including insurance, which is really frustrating. Wow. Chinyere, I want to presume that you actually live abroad, because In this Nigeria, people paying insurance. If I hear, hey, Nigerians, we are very stubborn. No? So I think you actually live abroad. That's why you pay insurance. And from what I've heard, people that actually pay insurance abroad, it's not beans. I heard that insurance you literally pay, like, I think every year. I don't know. I'm not sure. But however you're doing it, babe, I just want to let you know that you are a superhuman. It's not easy. You're a superhuman, and may God just help you to continue pushing, because it's not easy. It's not easy. um Miracle Chinyere says I pay 80% of the bills. That's a lot, actually. That's a lot. Faith Elijah says, though there are sometimes that trick would not work, I try to pray about it those times. Distractions don't work. My dear, when you were saying you use movies and social media to distract yourself when you have emotional needs and sexual needs, I didn't want to say anything because trust me, I do so many things when I have all those needs. Sometimes I force myself to sleep. I try to force myself to sleep, but it doesn't really work. And the truth about the flesh is when you keep suppressing the flesh on certain things, and the thing is, sex, God created us to be very, very sexual human beings. Sometimes you find yourself just staying where you are and then something turns you on. It's not because you're a pervert. It's not because you are a sexual mongrel or something, but that is the way God created us. Our bodies were created to function in certain kinds of ways. If God was frowning against sex, then I'm sure God would not have allowed our sexual parts, our sexual organs to be very, very functional. But sadly or thankfully, any way you want to put it, our sexual organs are very, very functional because that is how God created us to be. So that is why I fashioned out a way to handle myself, when I become very horny, or maybe when I become very needy, when I feel like I need somebody to cuddle me and all that. So sometimes I listen to music. So it's not like every time I have a sexual need or I have an emotional need, I carry my vibrator and I'm like, zzz, and I'm like, ah, no. It's not like an all the time kind of thing. Sometimes I distract myself by reading books. I have lots and lots of books, and but on those crucial moments, when the thing is really eating me up, that is doing me like, hey, 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 glory. If you don't do anything about it, your body will explode to pieces. So those are the times when I use my vibrator, okay? And it's okay. It's okay. I'm not killing somebody, am I? So I get you, babe. So Grace Love says staying alone has helped me depend on myself and nobody else. I'm the first child of my parents with two siblings I support in school. It's really difficult because at times I feel so heavy-hearted. My dear, I can feel your pain. I can feel your pain. It's not easy. But one thing I'll advise you to do is, at those times when you feel really overwhelmed from taking up the responsibility of sponsoring your siblings and your family, I think at those times you should look for a way to come out. If you're one of those people that your routine on a daily basis is from home to work, from work to church, I feel like you should fashion out a me time for yourself. A me time is when you create like 5 hours in a day on a weekend for yourself. You need a me time. You need to spoil yourself. And it might sound really selfish of me, but this is what I do. When I receive my salary, I remove my normal 50K that I save for my house rent. I remove money I send to my mom. I remove money I send to my younger brother. I remove money for different bills that I have to pay. And then I remove 15,000 naira for entertainment. Entertainment for me is, I don't drink alcohol. I don't have the head to get drunk, but I like smoking shisha. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke weed. So when I feel really, really cranky and messed up, I just look for a bar. I love having my pina colada or a cocktail. I get a cocktail and I get my shisha, and I spend like 5 hours and I'm smoking my shisha and I'm deep in thoughts and I'm listening to good music. I'm listening to jazz music. And that's how I do my own entertainment. That's how I do my own me time. And when I come back, I feel really, really refreshed. And mind you, If you don't smoke shisha, please don't try it because it's really heavy. But what I do is I do not take the heavy one. I take the light one because I just need something to puff away the stress off. Okay, so that's what I do basically when I want to have my own me time, right? And I keep out money for that. So for those of you on here that have said that you literally take care of the bills at home, you take care of your families, you take care of your siblings, in as much as you're taking care of them, you need to remember that you have yourself to also take care of as well. So that 5 hours or 4 hours that you take out for yourself, be selfish about it. Yeah, you need to intentionally leave because trust me, God forbid if anything happens to you tomorrow, your family will still survive. God always has a way of making provisions when the benefactor is not there. I'm telling you guys, a way of making provisions. So always remind yourself, if you're taking care of your family, your siblings, always remind yourself that God is the ultimate provider. So you need to fashion out time for yourself. You need to take care of yourself. If you're taking care of your family and you're female and you don't take care of your hair and you don't take care of your clothes and you're looking raggedy, trust me, you'll fall sick. But if you're looking good, you're feeling refreshed, trust me, you'll be more motivated to do more. Okay, that's another video for another day. It's something we'll talk about another day. But guys, you guys are doing a great job. I am big on people that do not forget their family in a hurry. I'm big on people who take care of their loved ones. It's actually a noble thing to do. So I'm saying a huge well done. You guys are the real MVP. The real MVP. Okay. So Yetunde is saying come squat with me, Joe. Yetunde, please, what's your house address? Where are you? Don't write your house address here. Where are you? See, I'll come and squat with you on one condition. I'm a big baby. You pamper me, you baby me, you baby me to stupor. That's all I need right now. I'm too stressed to be bothered. So Tony Ekopara said, why is the bad lady getting married and the good lady are not? I am not saying this because you are good and real. God is preparing you for good man. Tony, amen. No. No, but the thing is, marriage is a choice. There are some people that are ready to get married. There are people that are not ready to get married. I, for one, if I see somebody that wants to marry me right now, I'll tell the person, I'm sorry, I'm not ready. Yeah, I'm not ready. I'm not one of those people that jumps into doing things because every other person is doing it. I like giving myself time. I like building my time. I like building my own self. I don't like rushing on decisions. Before I opened my YouTube channel, it was an intentional decision I made for myself. If you watch the first ever YouTube video I put on my channel, it was my introductory video. If you watch that video back then, you will see that all I've been doing on my channel is still the same. Like, my motive on this channel, my perspective on this channel, it has not changed. Everything I do on this channel is actually intentional. So I like making intentional decisions. I do not like making spur of the moment decisions. I don't like making decisions based on what people are doing. Okay, so if you are saying that the good people are not getting married but the bad people are getting married, well, the bad people are getting married probably because it's their decisions, if that's how you put it. Okay, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Yetunde said, yeah, I pay insurance for my car. It's every month, although it depends on the kind of insurance though. Now, wow. People are looking for how to travel abroad. People that are abroad, they are paying taxes, they are paying insurance, they are paying a whole lot. God will help everybody. God will help everybody. I mean, it's not easy. So Ari Precious said, I have sent my number. Thank you. Thank you, Precious. Ari, where did you send your number? Did you send it on Instagram or Twitter? Where did you send your number? So Chinwe says, yes, I live in US, New York, precisely. Okay, that's nice. Tony, thank you. Thank you for your condolence. Godwin Oju says, I'm a family man, but I remember when I was staying alone, I used to think how to build my career. I used to distract myself from thinking too much. I associate myself with friends and look for a good novel. Godwin, you're such a decent man. You're such a decent man. I mean, a lot of times, a lot of men, they use it as an opportunity to be very, very promiscuous. A lot of men who I have seen that live alone, they use the opportunity to be very, very promiscuous. I know of this certain person that has a family that lives abroad. This person literally has sexual urges in his house. This person has sex parties in his house, and I'm like, why are guys like this? So it's really, really refreshing to be reading from other men who are not so promiscuous like that, who think outside the box, who understand that liberty and freedom to live alone does not amount to you being reckless and living your life recklessly. So I find that really, really responsible. Well done. So Elizabeth Ayoremen said, "Hey Gloria, you're a wonderful lady." Oh my God, am I? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So Elizabeth said, "Please, I want to have a private talk with you." Elizabeth, as you can see, this is a YouTube live, so we can have a private talk. If you follow me on Instagram, we can do DM chats. So my Instagram handle is still the same as Frankly Speaking with Glory, so you can strike up a conversation with me on there. Not right now, because as you can see, I'm doing a live session, so you can start up a conversation with me in the next 2 hours. Okay, so we can talk over there. Yetunde Adeye says, "Well, I know how to control my sexual mood. I haven't had sex for close to 2 years now." Whoa! So when it comes, I just get my head off it or look for something to do. It's not easy though, but it's worth it. Hey! Yesterday, I feel like carrying a drum right now, and I want to give you seriously, that is amazing. Honestly, it's not easy, especially as a lady who if you're not a virgin, guys, if you're not, ladies, okay, not guys now, ladies or guys, if you're not a virgin and you've been celibate for over a year, trust me, it is not freaking easy. It is not freaking easy. It is freaking difficult. See, let me give you guys a short story. Yesterday, let me give you guys a short story. When I was in university, when I was in secondary school, I never had sex. I didn't even have a boyfriend. When I was in university, I never had sex. Sorry, I need to drink water. Okay, so as I was saying, okay, I think I can see my face properly now. This sun, guys, can you see my face clearly? It's as if I'm against the sun in my room. Okay, I think this is better. So guys, when I was in university, all my roommates were talking about sex. Oh my God, this guy can hit it, this guy cannot hit it, so I didn't really understand because I had never had sex. So I graduated from university at the age of 24, and I still was a virgin. I never had sex, so it was when I wanted to go for NYSC, I think 2015 or towards the end of 2014. I can't really remember. I think that was the first time I had a sexual experience. And when it happened, I'm like, is this where everybody is killing themselves over? So I realized that there was no big deal about it. But then I said that because it wasn't really a good experience for me. It was not really, it was just a smash and pass thing. It wasn't like a one night stand or anything, but it wasn't really interesting. Probably because I didn't put my mind to it, or probably because I wasn't really expecting anything good to come out of it, so it wasn't really fun. There was no big deal about it. So I became celibate. I went for NYC, I became celibate. So that was when I understood that being celibate when you are a virgin is completely different from being celibate when you are no longer a virgin. Trust me, when you are a virgin, the place is sealed, nobody has entered, nobody has done anything to you. You are still a normal human being. Sometimes you might not even feel any sexual urge, but when you are not a virgin, hey, I want to come and be celibate. Okay. It's not easy. So that's why I always give kudos to people who have already had a sexual experience before and then they are celibate for years. Guys, they deserve an award. I think we should start giving awards to people that actually are celibates. What do you think? No, but seriously, Yetunde, 2 years is it's a crazy long time to be celibate, and I totally respect your decision. I totally respect your courage, your bravery, for choosing to be celibate, because somehow it's also really really nice, and it pays to be celibate. It pays to be celibate because sometimes it helps you get in tune with yourself, with your spirit, with your soul. It helps you to learn yourself all over again. So it's really really amazing. It's really amazing. So Hanksman said, here in Europe, the bills we pay are so much. Thank God there is strength to work. My dear, I've actually heard of the same thing. There was a time I was processing my visa. No, not my visa, because I have not gotten a visa. I was processing immigration to Canada. That was last year. And while I was processing the immigration, my friend was asking me questions like, are you ready to pay bills? Are you ready to do this? Are you ready to do that? I'm like, I'll do it. So anybody that lives abroad and I talk to the person is always telling me the same thing. Now we pay so much bills. We do a lot here. We do this, we do that. And I'm like, okay, I understand. Let me just come to the abroad so that me too, I will suffer the same thing people are suffering. I used to do it as a joke, but then it's actually real. The struggle is real. And that's why I keep saying that people that live in Nigeria, we are blessed in a disguised way. In a disguised way because leaders we have, they are crap. Our leaders are very, very selfish, greedy, they are crap, they are incompetent, they are everything bad that happens to Nigeria. Yeah, I'm not saying our leaders are the problem of Nigeria, but Nigerians are the problem of themselves. So if you're living in Nigeria and you're wealthy, you're well to do, you are lucky, because Nigeria does not tax her citizens the way other countries abroad tax their citizens, and that's one of the downsides of living in Nigeria, because we have so much blessings, we have so much leeway, we have so much freedom to live and exist, but we are not enjoying it because the amenities, the basic amenities that we should have, that should be provided for us by our leaders, they are not providing it. So that's why a lot of people are actually leaving the country and traveling abroad to go and get the stress of paying a lot of taxes. But the good thing is, as they are paying the taxes, they are also getting the benefit of it. So which would you prefer? Staying in a country where nothing works and not paying any tax, or living in a country where everything literally works and then you are paying tax? Which would you prefer? For me, I would prefer to travel abroad, enjoy the stress at least, then come back and stay in Nigeria again and enjoy my money. Because trust me, this country, it's nothing to write home about. So yet in the ideas are okay, I'll give you the address privately. Okay. um Grace Love, thanks Gloria, I really needed to hear this. You're welcome, darling. And Yetunde said, Glory, how many years have you been single? My dear, um God, that's a very tough question. Okay, I'm not like single. Okay, when I say I'm single in the sense that my boyfriend, the person I'm seeing, is not in Nigeria. Okay, so he comes and goes, it's off and on, and the whole thing is just complicated. So I'm not like single. I have someone I'm seeing, but I'm still single. So it's all intertwined. Do you understand me? Even me, I don't understand myself. I confuse myself too. So Chinyere Gata said, you are and beautiful too. I love your skin color and I haven't been able to get that your cream on like P2G. Aww. Chinyere, oh my god. It's just that you actually live abroad. I don't have anybody that lives in the US. I don't know. I would have said, okay, let me buy it and help you ship it, but I don't know. You know what I would say? I think you should continue checking on Jumia and Konga. The cream is not on Amazon. I don't know. I don't think it's on Amazon. So keep checking on Jumia and Konga. But I will also do my own search. So any day I see it, I would, link it. I will look for your comment on my channel and I will comment under your comment with the link. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for it for you. Okay, and thank you for the compliment. So we are no more a normal human being. Grace love, we are no longer normal human beings. Trust me, we are not. So Yetine said, my husband has been in Nigeria. He is a business person. He was going to come this year, but Corona spoiled everything. Really miss him though. Well, I'm used to it because that's how he goes and comes. Faithfulness is all. My dear, I give you kudos. You are a true woman. You are a true wife. You are a true mother. You're a true everything. And it's not really easy. I've heard stories of Nigerian women who travel abroad without their husbands, and the moment they get to that abroad, they now meet another man who is a citizen over there, and then they elope with that man. It's a very, very shameful thing. Whenever I see stories like that online, I feel so ashamed of those women, because I ask myself, what's your problem? The poor man is in Nigeria, he's working hard, sending money possibly to you and the child over there, hoping that he will come and meet you soon, and then you can't go see obodo yibo person, you can't follow the person, leave your husband. I say those kind of women, they are a disgrace to womanhood, you know. So if I see a Nigerian woman who is abroad and her husband is still in Nigeria and she's still faithful to the man, I always double my respect for them. So Yetunde, you are what they call Apuruka. You know what they say, woman of all women. That's what you are. And I'm really glad that you respect the fact that your husband, you respect and recognize the fact that your husband is actually doing a lot to support you and, you know, the family, and you are being faithful to him, waiting for him for 2 years. That's a lot. That's a big deal, you know. Well done. Well done. So I did it to Fabu. Sora said, yes, you just nailed it. Stay in the country where you pay taxes, but everything works. Yeah, so if I find my way out of this country right now, guys, I will disappear. In fact, the first time I land the country that I'm relocating to, I will do a vlog. I will say, guys, see me, oh, I've left, but I'll come back. I will come back. For the sake of my family, I will come back. But trust me, the deal is, if you have so many plans, you have so many dreams and aspirations, and your dreams are not really working in Nigeria, I feel like if you can afford it and if you have the means, you should start looking to relocating to another country where it will work. Because see, all these people that are telling you, oh, don't come abroad, stay in Nigeria, we are paying taxes and stuff. Trust me, don't answer them. Because if they are suffering where they are, why don't they come back and come and stay in Nigeria? Why are they enjoying where they are? Why don't they come back? If the abroad that they are staying is too hard for them, they should leave their abroad and come back to Nigeria. But I'm really happy with the kind of people I have on my YouTube channel. They are abroad and they keep on telling me, Glory, leave Nigeria and come to abroad. You see, so I'm happy because their mentality is not brainwashed, you know. And I feel like most of us people that make all these kind of statements like, oh, don't come abroad. If you come, you will not be able to pay taxes, you will not be able to pay bills. Gosh, keep quiet. Yeah, keep quiet. You know, I believe in let people experience what they want to experience. You know, let them also get an opportunity to do what they want to do. At the end of the day, let them have their own stories to tell. Okay. So let me see. Oh guys, I need to remind you guys, this live session has been going on for the past 1 hour 52 minutes now. So once it gets to 2 hours, I am going to end the session. I don't want to, but it's so long, so I'm trying to consider the people that are going to watch this live session much later. So guys, before my time is up, let me use this opportunity to say a huge thank you to all of you. You guys are the real MVPs. Like, the way I love you guys, hey God, I don't even know how to measure or quantify my love. Like, you guys are simply amazing. Your support, your constant support, it's simply amazing. When I started this particular live, I didn't have, for like 2 minutes nobody was online, so I was scared, like, oh my God, where are they? So I just want to remind you guys again that every Saturday I do my YouTube live stream by 3 p.m. every Saturday. So I guess I already have a topic to talk about for next week Saturday. Remember, I said if you want me to talk about why as a female as a single female living alone, I prefer using a vibrator to a dildo. You should say a yes in the comment section. So 3 people or 4 people, they have said yeses, and I said if I get 10 yeses, then I would do that as a topic for next week's live session and other things, So that said, let me see the remaining comments and then I'll continue. So addicted to Fabu Soro said, please, what's the name of your cream again? Okay, I use 2 types of cream. I use P2G and I also use Macari. Okay, so this is the cream I use. I use P2G and I also use Macari. Can you see, guys? I use Macari. Now, if you see this, you see that this is actually the original Macari. My friend sent it to me from London, or he brought it for me from London as a birthday gift. I actually demanded and requested for it, so he brought it for me. And then this is the P2G that I use. Now, the difference between P2G and Macari is when I'm going out into the sun, I use my P2G. This is the P2G. I've been using this P2G for the past 1 year, and it's really good. It has snail oil, it has carrot oil. People think it's skin lightening, but it's not skin lightening. Instead, it's smoothing your skin and it removes dark spots. If you look at my skin, I don't have any dark spots, so it's very, very good for my skin. And this is what I use because it also has oil, so it makes the skin smooth. Now at night, when I have my bath and I want to sleep, I use the Macari because the Macari does not have oil. It's actually dry, so this is the Macari I use at night. So for those of you asking me the cream that I use, those are the 2 kinds of cream that I use. The P2G is 5,000 naira and it also has a soap. I use the soap, it's in my bathroom. The Macari is 25,000 naira. My boyfriend bought it for me. It's 25,000 naira. And then the soap for Macari is 7,000 naira or 8,000 naira. Okay, so if you cannot afford to buy the Macari cream and soap, please go for the P2G cream and soap. The P2G cream is 5,000 naira, while the soap is 1,500 naira. So they both work. See, this one is very expensive, this one is not really expensive, but both of them, they work very well. So that is it. I have just 4 minutes left. Let me check more comments. Chinyere said it's not on Amazon. Okay, please help me out with the information. Definitely, Chinyere, I will do that. So Godwin Odu says staying in a country where everything works is what I would prefer rather than stay in this country where basic amenities are not available. I'm tired of this country. My dear, that is it all. What works for you, that is what you should go for, and I'm sure you will be very, very thankful for it. So addicted to Fab Sir says come and study in the US. My dear, people are saying I should come to Canada. I don't know which one is actually better, Canada or US. I don't know. Miracle said yes. Grace Love said I have been counting. No, Gloria, it's 6 people. I still need 4 people though. It's good to come abroad, study, learn, and use the knowledge to develop Nigeria. Do the little they can. Yes, I totally agree. I know what people are doing. Miracle, Grace, you people are saying yes, so that it will amount up to 10. Oh my god, you guys are so funny. So Chinyere Gata said, please go to Canada. Okay. As a matter of fact, I've done my research and I think Canada has, gives more opportunity, and it's not easy, but I think it's slightly more easier, to want to migrate to Canada than the US. Donald Trump is currently raving mad, doing a lot of crazy things to blacks and Nigerians especially. So I don't want to have any wahala with Donald Trump. So I'll just channel my energy to probably Canada. Maybe. Sherry said in Canada you have more opportunities after studying. Definitely. Adesi said, but if you want migration visa and go and work, Canada is better, but Canada doesn't have a lot of funding for study. I actually don't want to come and study, you guys. I actually don't want to come and study. What I want to do is I want to relocate. like I want to leave Nigeria, I want to relocate. So I'm not coming to come and study, although I plan on also doing some extra courses when I'm there, professional courses. But if I'm gonna relocate out of Nigeria, I'm not gonna relocate because I want to go and study. No, I I want to like relocate, just leave, but for now that's still in the works. Coronavirus is destroying everything, so it's not a priority for now. It's not a priority. um those plans are on hold. Okay guys, it's 1 hour 59 minutes 6 seconds that I have been gisting with you guys, and I want to say that I am so happy. I am so excited that I had this opportunity to have this conversation with you guys. You guys are the real MVPs. I want to say a big thank you to all of you. Chinyere Egata, Adetutu Folorunsho, Yetunde, Miracle Chinyere, Grace Love, Chinyere Igata, Godwin Odu, Busola, and Yola. God, all of you guys are simply amazing. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in my next video. I'll be posting a new video tomorrow and Monday. I post videos every day. I love you guys so much, and it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.